else. All right. Good morning. We are talking today about being worthy of support and how to know what support to call in for your next level, how to get past any mental blocks around receiving that support. And I think, as always, I'm teaching what I'm simultaneously experiencing in my own life too. Hello to everyone who's hopping on. Oh, it's so good to see members of the community coming on. Hello. We've got Cara Torold. Oh, Val, I don't know if I said hi yet. Happy belated birthday. Camilla, Nicole, good morning, good morning, good morning. I love it. Oh my gosh, it's so good to see all of you. All right, let's talk about receiving support and what that looks like. And, this isn't just in your business, although we're going to talk about your business or your career today. Sorry, I feel like I have like a hair that you ever get a hair stuck on your face and it's just stuck and it's like in there. We're just going to roll with it. So we're not just talking about support in your business today. We're also talking about support at home, support energetically, like all of it. And as always, if you are joining on Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube, pop me a comment. Let me know that you're here. But there was this beautiful question that came in. So last week, we hosted our second live event here in Portland, which was so beautiful. Torald, you were there. You came in all the way from London, which was so beautiful to have you. And we had a question come in from one of the women in attendance, and it kind of spawned. I was just intuitively tap into like, what is the message for today? What does the community need? But it really aligned with what I want to talk with all of you about today, where this particular woman has been supporting so many people in her life for years. And I know I don't even know the full extent of it because I heard like a fraction of it when she was, asking me her question. But she's been supporting so many people. She's ready to go now to another level in her life, like a whole nother level of career expansion, a whole nother level of money, abundance, prosperity, different stages, higher level impact. And there was a block around her going for what she wanted and using the resources she has, money, time, opportunities, etc., to go for what she wants because she's been in such caretaker mode for so long and has put all of her energy into focusing on other people. Let me know if you can relate to this in the comments. If you've had that experience where so much of your energy has been around supporting others, and you have this beautiful vision for your life and your business that either you're very clear on it and you're like ready to call it in, or maybe you're not quite clear on it yet, but there's another level that you want to get to, right? So either way, let me know in the comments or give me a heart if you've been there, done that, can relate to that. And what I shared with her was this beautiful analogy that I received from one of my mentors years ago. And this has helped me so much. And I find that every time I'm ready to ascend to another level, I get to remember this. So I shared this with her. And what my mentor had said years ago was like, Elise, if you want to support a lot of people, and just check in with yourself as I share this, is part of your vision and your mission supporting a lot of people, whether it's your clients, the community, maybe you want to be a world-renowned author, speaker, trainer, coach, consultant, and that your life's work is meant to impact hundreds of thousands, millions, billions, right? Beverly on LinkedIn, good morning. So good to see you. Yes, you can relate. Awesome. So if you know this, right? You know that you were meant to serve and support a lot of people, or I should even put this, it may not be that. It can be you are wanting to show up as the very best parent to your kids. And guess what? That's a lot of energy flow. Like that is a lot of energy flow that you get to put into serving and supporting other people. So regardless of how many, take the numbers out of it, just that part of your life's work is you want to serve and support other people. You need to be like an ocean liner. And when I remember when I was being coached on this years ago, she was like, Elise, you're right now at the level of support you have, you're like a little raft out in the ocean. You're like a little dinghy. You're a little tiny raft out in the ocean. You don't have the, like, if something, if a big storm came along or a wind came along, you'd get knocked over. And she was like, if you want to support at the level that you want to support at, if you want to have the impact, the lifestyle, the business, the career, all of it, you need to start thinking about yourself like an ocean liner to be able to have the capacity. Just think about the capacity to hold, right? To have the capacity to hold as many people as you want to. And for each of us, the thing that it's like we're not always present to this. You know and see the people in your immediate vicinity that you're aware of, who you're already supporting, right? That could be family, kids, parents, clients, friends, loved ones. What you don't see is all of the people who are lined up for you to support if you are ready, if you are available, if you are willing, but you have to be supported yourself first. It's a cliche. It's not cliche. It's true. It's the oxygen mask analogy, right? It really is. And so I shared this with her, and I think it inspired some good shifts and some good thinking a little bit differently about things. But I even remember, and so what I wanted to share today is just some different ways to think about this in your life, some things that I'm doing right now too, as I'm calling in greater support, because we are in an incredible ascension within our company, our community, our clients. I'm ascending. We're all ascending. Like we're going places. We're doing things. So I'm calling in another level as well. But I remembered it was so powerful being at the event this week, and even the past, I don't know, however many events we've had a lot, but being at the event this week and being surrounded by team, and so shout out to my team if you're watching the replay or you hop on live later. But I remember the very first live event I hosted, and Jen, you were there. Was anyone else? I'm looking to see who all is here right now. I think, Jen, you were the only one who's on live right now who was part of it. But it was in December of 2021 in Sedona. And I remember sitting in the front of that room, and it was so powerful. Like the energy was incredible. The event was incredible. And I'll give a shout out to my event planner, Lori, who helped with that. And she's amazing. So shout out to you, Lori, if you're watching. But I remember sitting at the front of the room and just like wishing that I had a team that was there with me, right? Being part of it, being in the energy, being part of the experience. And this week to be able to, deliver from the front of the room and pour into people, but simultaneously have the energetic support of my team there present in the room. It was such a beautiful full circle moment. But what I'm aware of in myself is it took an openness to receive. It took an openness to collaborate. Sydney, by the way, good morning. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad to see you. And I know you're going to be with us at our next event. But it took an openness because for a lot of us, our wounding is around collaboration. It's around getting support from other people. I certainly, like in so many ways, had a lot of beliefs that I held on to for a long time about it's safer to go it alone. It's easier to go it alone. Let me know if you can relate to that in the comments, or give me a heart if you get that. But that was so much of the belief system that I held for a long time. And so if we're operating in that belief system, you will be limited in terms of how many people you can serve, how many people you can support, the impact, and also just the experience that you're able to have, as you either run your company or show up in your sales career, right? Laura, good morning. Great to see you. By the way, I'm so happy you're in 10K. We're so thrilled to have you, but you can relate to this so you understand. Yeah, Laura, I was just talking about some of what happened at the event last week. And so can you achieve a certain level of success without a lot of support from others? A certain level. Yeah, a certain level. But here's what I'm aware of. Because I've tried it both ways. And what I will say is the way that felt safer to me was to continue to stay small, myopic, kind of like, not, I had a story about being responsible for a lot of people too. I don't know if you can relate to that. It was like, oh, that feels like a lot of responsibility to have more people around me. You're paying people, you're taking care of people, you're making sure they're fine. So I had all these stories about it. But what I really got present to, and this was even like earlier this year on greater and greater levels, was that the only thing that was holding me back from elevating and going to a much larger level, which required far more support, was fear. It was fear. It was fear of, can I do it? Fear of, can I trust? Fear of this, fear of that. Um, and when you realize that and you remember that fear is a liar, and you remember that none of us is meant to go on this journey alone, right? And you're meant to be supported. And in fact, it requires a great level of support to go to where you want to go. You open up, and just in this process of opening up, in my own life, and then um, empowering our clients to do the same, like, it's beautiful, the ascension that's happening. Laura's saying at the event is when I finally realized I needed help and support, and I no longer want to do this alone. That's it. That's beautiful. And isn't it so good and such a good feeling to just open yourself up to that, right? And free yourself, because it really is, I think, for so many of us, like, the only thing holding you back from receiving the support, whether that's coaching support, whether it's team support, whether it's hiring a personal trainer, whether it's this or that, it's like, it's a story of unworthiness. It's a story of fear. It's a story of lack of resources, right? Scarcity. It's all these different stories that we tell ourselves that aren't even true. And so you do not have to go it alone, nor is that an empowering way to try to achieve your goals. And so what I would look at, and I've been doing this in my own life a lot lately, because like I said, we are in a quantum leap. There are things, the energy is moving so fast right now in my life, in our company. My team has been talking about it. One of my team members who was there last week, she was like, I'm literally having to breathe and like calm my nervous system that everything is okay. Because and you may have had this experience in your own life, when we ascend and we start receiving everything that we wanted for a long time, but we had blocks around receiving it, it can feel uncomfortable. It can feel jarring almost. And so we're in that space right now, and it's beautiful, and I welcome it and I receive it, and it's just getting like bigger and better and better and better. But what I've been asking myself, and I want you to ask yourself this morning too, is for someone operating at the level that I desire to be at. So you're going to keep ascending to higher levels throughout your life and throughout your career. So it's like right now, within your current level of consciousness, whatever the highest and best is that you can see for yourself, what type of support team does she have, or does he have? What type of support is there? And as I did this, even just last week, I keep asking myself this question, because we're just elevating fast. So as I did this last week, I just noticed areas in my business and then in my personal life where it was like, okay, Elise, the woman who's doing this, who's serving this many people, whose company is this big, who is also like, I've got childcare 3 hours a day right now, and that's not like, it's not me in the energy of like, oh, victim or anything like that. Like, I intentionally chose half days for summer camp for my boys. So I've got childcare 3 hours a day right now, running the company. It's going to expand a little bit in the fall. But I still I care about having a lot of time with my kids, for that woman who is running an extremely influential, successful coaching business, who's speaking on the big stages, who's doing the thing, who's serving and supporting people, and who has a great relationship with her kids, and who has a life and is in good health. What support does she have? And there was a lot of clarity in asking that question, and I've made a lot of moves right now, even in just the past few days around receiving that. And that support, I mean, it can look like a lot of different things. It may look like bringing in a full-time or part-time house manager to help you at home. It may look like coaching support. Even for me, one of the things that I'm aware of right now, and this is like some of the support I'm calling in, is people to help me hold the energy that is required for the greater community. Now, that may or may not make sense as you listen to it, but I am aware, because of the volume of people we are supporting and the opportunities coming in and the level of impact that we're having and that we're going to continue to have. I need people around me helping to hold the energy. I also am calling in people to help me clear things in I can feel it's like there's stuff in my energetic body that needs cleared right now to be able to help support at a higher level. And so like I'm calling in support around that and hiring coaches and mentors and people to help do that, as well as the more tactical, like, by the way, we're looking for a video slash YouTube slash podcast optimization. I've never shared that. I should have shared this stuff on social. We're looking for someone to help us really elevate our YouTube, our videos, our podcast. So if that is you, or if you know someone, send me a DM. So we are looking and hiring for the more tangible roles, as well as some of the less tangible, right? But you'll know, it's like and here's the biggest thing. The biggest story that we can hold on to is that we're not worthy of it, that other people can have it, but not us. That's a lie. That is absolutely a lie. Sydney saying, yes, fear is a liar, searching for my accountability partner. Oh my gosh, put a post in the 10K Club group. I know we have so many women who would love to be your accountability partner. So Sydney, for you, put a post in the 10K Club group. And I am certain that you would find someone in there, probably someone's who would like to be your accountability partner. Jess, good morning. Michael from UK, good morning. Good morning. So this is it. So going to the end, right? And asking for someone operating at that level, what sort of support do they have? And then calling it in, getting out of your comfort zone, right? You'll get out of your comfort zone with it. That's okay. That's part of the process. So it will stretch and expand you. But if you're going to hold a lot of energy, if you're going to create a lot of transformation, if you're going to serve a lot of people, if you're going to have the dream business, dream life, dream career, dream support, you get to require, and I don't like to use the word need, because need means we don't have, but I'll just say it this way: you are very worthy of receiving support, and that is the only way to do it sustainably, right? So check in with what limiting beliefs are telling me that I'm not worthy of investing in, that other people won't want to support me on my mission. That was another one I had. I forgot about that one. I used to have that, and I got to work through that. The fear of, oh, who's going to want to support me or be part of it? That doesn't exist in my body anymore, but it did, so pay attention to that. And you get to call in that support for the next level. Does anyone have questions on this? Let me know if you have questions. Hello to everyone who's joining now. We are talking about being worthy of receiving support. I have just a minute to take questions. While you are popping a question in the chat, if you're thinking of one, we have a free event coming up next week where you can go deeper into, it's not 100% related to this, but it is. It always is, right? So it's called Feminine Frequency, elisearcher.com/feminine frequency. You can get registered for free. And it's all are welcome is what I will say. We've had some beautiful men in the community reach out and be like, I want to learn how to tap into that feminine energy so that I can quantum leap more. Like, let's go, sign up, get registered. It's wonderful. So it's a 3-day live experience, July 29th through 31st. And you can register for free, but we're going to be talking about how to integrate and create that union between the feminine and the masculine energy so that you can quantum leap and then also have it feel sustainable to you. Jess, I feel judgment if I ask for help and I struggle to release that. Okay, yeah. So ask yourself, like, what's the judgment on yourself, right? What's the judgment that you're holding on yourself when you ask for help? Because if you feel judgment, like that's a projection, right? So if you're feeling like you're getting judged by other people, and you didn't explicitly say that, so you may or may not have that feeling, but if you feel like you're getting judged by other people when you ask for help, that's a projection. So there's something that you're judging in yourself about whatever, fill in the blanks, right? Needing to do it all alone, meaning that you're weak if you ask for support. A lot of times we have had a negative experience when we asked for something in the past. We actually were working with one of the other women at the live event last week around that, where in the past receiving had felt really icky to her because of the energy that was coming from the giver when she asked. And so she learned not to ask. But that does not, it's like, do you want to continue to choose that experience? Right. And so she did a lot of releasing work around that at the event. It was really powerful. So there's something going on there where you've got a belief about what it is to receive or what it is to ask. And we just want to get curious about that and know that it's not true. Right. That's the first thing to know. It's not true, but get curious about it. And then for someone who is great at receiving help and support, what is their belief system around that? Right? What thoughts would you need to think? What beliefs would you need to hold to have a beautiful experience of asking for and receiving help? Right? And one thing I'll say too with all of this is like non-attachment, you know? This is and this is like some of the deeper work, and I've talked a lot about non-attachment in sales, like not being attached to whether someone is your client or not. And that's a lot of the work that we do with the members of the community, because you'll actually sell a lot more when you're coming from that non-attached energy. But I'd say this with the support too. Like, what belief system would I need to hold to be able to ask for help powerfully and also non-attached to whether somebody says yes or not, right? Because that's where you're going to be in your power. Because it's like, you're worthy of support. And whether it's from that person or another person or this or that, you don't really care. You just know you're worthy of support. You're calling it in. I hope that makes sense. All right, my friends, I got to hop for a discovery call, but I am so grateful to get to spend time with you. We will be back. Will we be back next Tuesday? I think we'll be back next Tuesday. I plan to. We've got the live event next Tuesday too. So come join us. EliseArcher.com/feminine frequency. All are welcome. We'd love to have you. It's totally free. And I hope to see you there. Go get that support. Send me a DM. Let me know what kind of support you're calling in. And as always, if we can support you, always happy to connect for a call, and connect you with either myself or a member of my team to talk through your vision and goals. Christina on Facebook. I didn't know you were here. I love you too. I'm so happy. Oh, I'm so happy to see you. You and I need to catch up. Laura, thank you so much. This topic is perfect timing for me. Good. Well, I know you called in support by joining our community last week. We're so happy to have you and to support you. And just remember, it's like we get to be that ocean liner, right? We get to be that ocean liner as we're going to our next level. All right. So much love, everyone. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.